Hello, Martin. Can you tell me a bit about how what we've been doing with the information sharing? And I'm interested in what lessons you think the PCT have learned from the recent GP information sharing sessions.
Yeah, so we've been doing some sessions where the GPs that are involved in developing the GP consortia for Brighton Hove wanted to talk to the public, just really early days about what their early thinking is. So we organised for them 3 sessions, different times of day, different venues across the city to give people the best possible access. And as part of the events where GPs have generally just talked about what they think is on the horizon, we added in to the mix the social media element. So we actually put some questions out onto Twitter, just saying, what does the public want to kind of add in? And we tried to have Twitter live actually within the public information events themselves, which didn't work brilliantly well. We only had, I think, 1 or 2 questions actually arrive during the sessions. But we were able to actually bring those questions in so the GPs answered them there and then live in the sessions, which was quite novel. The GPs and the public in the meeting, I think, were quite intrigued by that process, as were we. It was new to us. But I think what it demonstrated was that we were able to listen to the public in a different way rather than just having people sitting in a meeting. So that was positive, I think. I think what then was interesting was the GP's reaction to that, which was intrigue, slight element of fear about having this new thing in the room. But I think an element also of excitement that they could respond to the questions and had a sense that was going back out there to a wider audience. I think that was generally positive.
Okay, great. And anything that you've learned in terms of planning information sessions like this in the future? I think before you mentioned that you were thinking that Twitter might have the immediacy. Is that still quite how you see it, or are there other sort of other things you've picked up as well?
I think what's been interesting has been the debate between the comms team here and the engagement team about how to handle that, because I think there's an element of a reputation handling, that kind of perception that if you're going to put something out there into the public domain, there needs to be an immediate response. And initially that was my gut feeling too, that if you've got a question on Twitter, you need to respond straight away to it. And that's been, I guess, typically how comms and engagement kind of works, is that kind of immediacy. I think what's come across to me is that we had, I think in the end, 7 questions that came through on Twitter that we were able to bring into the live kind of conversations in each of those events, and that was really positive. And we would then reflect on, well, actually, you don't need necessarily to go straight back and respond to each of those questions there and then, because the responses in the sessions are that immediate gut reaction from the GP, and there may be much more that you can say, much more depth that you can add to those questions. And I think that's what I then reflected on with comms, the comms team here. Is actually you don't need necessarily to just report that immediate gut reaction response, because there may be so much more you can say. So what we came up with in the end was to say, well, okay, we've gone back to all those people and said, thank you for your question. It was raised in the live sessions. It has been answered, but we're going to give a much more in-depth answer to all the questions from all those sessions, not just the Twitter ones. And all of those will then be on a frequently asked questions page on our PCT website, which we can direct people to. And I think that's the best outcome.
Yeah, that sounds excellent. Okay, great, thank you.
You're welcome.